round 2 match. We're back in Virtual Pool 4, and this is a round 2 match in this year's Straight Pool World Championships between a guy I've never seen, Jonnylaris, against McClarkey, who's a long-term Virtual Pool player. We just need to set the cloth. Miscellaneous and default colour to blue, and we're good to go. So it's a race to 200. Let's have a look and see where this fella's from. He's from the UK, A-rated player. McClarkey must have won the lag and put Jonnylaris into break. So McClarkey's run the first rack, and he's got a break and a ball. Good evening. You'll notice the text to speech is off. I think you're the first in, Mark. Or if you're not, nobody else is speaking. Actually, if you remember yesterday, I mentioned that I'm now streaming to 4 channels, and the 4th one is a new one, which is in VK, which, as far as I can understand, or certainly by the look of it, is like a Russian version of Facebook. And believe it or not, when I went to my profile and looked at the video from the stream last night, I had 1 view. So somebody accidentally stumbled across it. So we'll see how long it goes. And McClarkey, I told him earlier on this afternoon, I gave him 2 tips, and one of them was not to let the cue ball run because you're going to scratch. And well, he fell for the trap straight away. So Jonnylaris, ball in hand from the kitchen. Well, he's 1850 for straight pool, which in comparison to most people is probably higher than most, because many people don't play straight pool on a regular basis. So he's obviously played a bit of it, and we'll see what he can make of this opportunity. And quick reminder as well, he's missed a 11 into the middle, can't do that. Reminder is that we have a new high run, which was made by Snake Eyes yesterday, a high run of 89, which well, there should have been a good opportunity for Semi-Pro. Semi-Pro won the lag in his match last night, put his opponent in, and then on his first visit was on 63, and he committed the cardinal sin that everybody's been doing, let the cue ball run, and he scratched. He had a good chance, he was looking good to get to 100. It just looks like Russian Facebook, doesn't it? It looks exactly, well, it's laid out pretty much the same as what Facebook is. But the longer it's up there, the more chance there is of people coming across it, and then might be thinking, I mean, it might be a lot of Russians never heard of Virtual Pool, and I wonder if it might catch some of those 3D billiard net guys that play the Russian billiards, because I've yet to have anybody on from VK, and I'm not likely to either, I don't think. But if it's up there, at least it's got a chance, that's all I'm thinking. Anyway, Jonnylaris didn't take his first chance. Oh, that'll scare them off, yeah. Good evening, welcome. I'm a bit late. I was getting my dinner. Well, McClarkey has got a perfect break ball right at the corner of the pack. Now he's going to go 2 straight, though. You see, he's Yeah, he's going to have to force this to catch something. Needed to be further over to the right, but he's got an edge, and that's all that matters. But has he got a shot? Yes, he has. Just, I think. And he can. I don't even think he needs to put anything on this. He can just pot it. And then he's got the 6 or the 3. All you ever need is one ball to keep you going. So I haven't been able to get a hold of Stubb. I shouted at him in the lobby. I sent him a message on Facebook. I haven't checked Facebook because I was in such a rush to get in here for the stream, but I'm trying to convince Stubb to get his match arranged for Tuesday or Wednesday. Anytime, his time, it doesn't matter to me. If he sets at 3 o'clock in the morning Wednesday morning or very late on Tuesday night, it won't matter. I'll be up. I want to see how he handles Fast Eddie. Fast Eddie is no mug, and Fast Eddie has played a lot of straight pull. I know that. So McClarkey already building up a healthy lead here, 29 points to 2. So we've seen, I mean, I've watched 3-4 matches, and all matches have been very similar. There's been one player who's been scoring decent enough contributions when they get to the table, and the other player can't do anything. And when you think about it, all you have to do is pot a ball, but contributions from the second player have been pretty poor, and we've seen that in every match. There's been no real competition yet. As I said, I don't know who he is. I just know that from his profile there he's from the UK, but I don't know how long he's been with Virtual Pool for. It might be recent, but I've never seen him. Now, that looks like the perfect candidate for the break ball. Let's check my little doodle's working. And get the thing to work. That one there. That's your break ball, because there is the edge of the triangle. Which again, I keep saying, if it was in white it would be a lot better. You'd be able to see it better. It's a better contrast against green or blue. So let's see if we can get there. Now he doesn't want to get too much juice into this because he's got an angle and he's going to come off the rail. That's actually pretty good pace. That's perfect. Ah, there he is there. Welcome. Well, I don't think you should be watching this stream, by the way. That's my advice, because I can be pretty critical. The guys will tell you that. You do not want to watch this. It's no problem watching it after the stream's been done, but don't watch it while you're playing. That's a fatal mistake, because you don't want me distracting you. Now, that's the other thing I spoke about last night, getting locked up on a ball. But he's still got a shot. I think he's got a shot. Can he get past that 14? Don't tell me he is locked. I think he is. And that's one fatal error that you do in straight pull, is getting tied up. But I think he's straight on into the pocket. So he's got out of jail there, McClarkey. But he's going to have to pull off another shot this time. And that'll allow him to deal with the 2 and then forget about the top of the table. Well, I think he's trying to move balls, or he's thinking about moving balls when he should be dealing with the 2 first of all. That's the first thing he should be doing, because he's down there, and then once you've dealt with it, you don't need to go back to it. So he's going to probably slam this and try and nudge balls when he doesn't really need to. Good evening, Bill. And he must be listening to me. Now, the 7, the 4 and the 3 all go. And once they're out the way, the 6 will go. So nothing needs to be moved. And once the 7's out the way, the 13 will go, as long as you can manoeuvre the cue ball. This is why, if you don't move the cue ball, and this is the other thing, the other players that couldn't score in the matches I've been talking about, the main problem is the movement of the cue ball. If you can't pick your way through the balls, then you're going to struggle to string runs of balls together, and it's just going to be small contributions, 3, 4, 5, and then you're out of shape, or you miss, or you leave something really tough, you play a desperate shot. And I have to say as well, all of those players that lost, not one of them really contemplated any decent safety either. That's the other fatal mistake that these guys are making. You know, if you can't get a decent shot, then make sure your opponent can't. That's the philosophy I would have in a situation. And another thing that was evident is that every other player that lost, their touch has been pretty poor for most of the time. Over hitting shots. So there's a big difference in class. And as I say, all of those that are not making the grade are not going to be in this tournament long, because this is a game that will find you out. The better you manoeuvre the cue ball, and the other thing is, the least you have to manoeuvre the cue ball, the more controlled you are, and the better runs you'll get. It's a simple philosophy. And the other major point is always concentrating what your last 2 balls are. You have to plot that. If you have the same game plan for every rack, you plot those last 2 balls. The second last one's the one to get to your break ball. If you have those planned in your head and nothing goes awry, then you have a fair chance of getting the job done. And some players might begin to learn that as they go along. Some players might watch the reruns of the stream and maybe pick the odd thing up, but that's the things you have to think about. And McClarkey's in trouble again, looking to pick the line for this 14 ball, and that will go in, because as long as it's a half decent pace, you can more than cheat the pockets. And while I've been chatting away here, I've been totally ignoring the fact that McClarkey's on 41. He's still got a shot, and it could be the 14. In fact, it may well have to be the 14, although he's got an easy combo as well. Good evening, Slim. So we've all got our fingers crossed for McClarkey, as I think we should do for every player that gets in, to encourage them to get that high run and chase the high run. And at least we'll have video evidence of it if it happens in any of these streams. Good evening, Bedhead. Where were you hiding? Or did you say hello earlier on and I just ignored you? That's the first time I've seen you. Don't think have we got anybody in YouTube? I think everybody's in Twitch and Bill on Facebook, and we haven't got any oh, you got a doubles match going. We haven't got any Russians in yet. I live in hope for the day that a Russian turns up. Well, at least I'm promoting virtual pool in Russia if Steve isn't. In fact, that's another thing he should do. He should get a virtual pool page in that VK. Well, 49. Now, what's that 13 ball looking like? Well, it's right at the point of the head of the pack, and he's going to have to play a good one again. And this is always the crucial shot. That looks good to me. It's not a bad pace. It's a little tester, but again, he doesn't want to thump this. He just needs to pot it and nudge a couple of balls out. That is perfect. That is the perfect pace, and it's given him 3 or 4 balls to choose from, and the opportunity to deal with the cluster. Yeah, that was just a perfect pace. You don't have to try and smash everything to smithereens. You just have to hit them. The laws of physics say that when you hit something, you know, the momentum's going to get through the balls and start moving things. The harder you hit them, the worse sometimes it is. But he's going to have to work something out here. And I think the problem is that top ball doesn't go. So he could cut the 10 right now. I think he can see enough of it to do it. But if he pots the 4, he's going to have to run around the corner and hopefully hit something. He's got a fairly good chance. In fact, he could take the 6 right now. But he's picked the combo. 14-1 combo. Again, doesn't need to be thumped. If he's got top on it, the momentum will just run through. Now he's scuppered. It's going to have to be another combo, and this is where it gets tricky. Run goes to 58. It's not difficult, this. There is a wee bit of gap, but as long as he settles himself, he's got a minute shot clock. Just focus on the first ball. That was well played. Now let's have a look at these, because if he takes the 14, if he can get the 14, he would have to draw off the 7, and then if he's good and straight in the 14, he ideally wants to be taking that 3 ball, because then he can maybe nudge those, or if he falls low in the 10. But he's going to have to get good, and this is a crucial point in this run, and he's gone straight in the 15. And that will do. That is excellent. That's all you hope for, just a nudge to get something. And now he doesn't want to put loads of top in this and try and do something, because this hole's like a bucket and it'll draw the ball in. Again, well, that's gone badly wrong. Now, what can he try and make out of this? Well, it is going to be a long combo, and I think he's got a very strong chance of this getting. This is, you know, this is a 9 out of 10 shot. As long as you get that line onto the 14, it's got to go. Yeah, well, I was hoping maybe too much, but it's still a good contribution from McClarkey. 62, and that's more evidence to back my belief that it's going to be so difficult for somebody to get a 200 run in this game, because you can always get these little problems, and especially if they're late on in the rack, you run out of options. And that's more or less what happened here with just the line of that combo. It just was a bit too difficult, but it was an excellent effort, and he dealt with some problems during it as well. So a good confidence booster. What did I say that was? Was it 68 or 63? I'm not even listening to myself talking. So that I think equals if it's 63, it equals semi-pros run last night. Well, now's the time for Jonnylaris to prove himself. Let's see what he's got. Now, as I mentioned about the losing opponents so far, the major malfunction they've had is not been able to make contributions. 5 and 6 when you've got a chance is nothing, especially when the other guy's making 20s and 30s when they're getting opportunities. So you've really got to get in, and again, locked onto the ball, so still two to choose from. Now, where's the break ball? It looks like the 13, just in the middle right of the triangle, and there's 3 balls encroaching in the triangle. And then those 2 at the back of it. So a bit of work to do here. And well, if that 6 ball had just run a wee bit further, that would have been perfect as a second break ball, as a backup shot. And the 7 ball is still encroaching as well, so it's no good there. Well, now would be the time to pot that 14 and just brush onto the 6. And 15 ball would be a good ball to get onto that. Is that what did I say? It's the 11 ball. Did I say it was the 13? It's the 11 ball. Well, now he's backed into a corner here. Well, that shot there would have actually been ideal as the second last shot, to play the 15 to get on to the 11. So 10 ball. Well, he's got the chance. Pot that 6 ball, get himself up the table and over to the right. Well, this is going to have to be good. This is not easy to control the pace, to get a good line on this 11. And that is not bad. That is pretty good. Good shot. Crucial shot though. And that has worked out absolutely beautiful. Every ball is on. There is nothing that you have to run into to move or anything. Just pick them off. But we've got the 2 balls in the top half of the table. You know what my philosophy is there. Deal with them, get rid of them, and then forget the top half of the table. Then you're working within a 5-foot zone. Well, there's a 6 and a 4 as a break ball. I was looking to see whether he could see the 8, but it's going to have to be the 4. Well, the 6, the 14 with the combo with the 9 ball. Combos are a lot easier, no doubt about that. So the 2 ball is also a bit annoying with that sitting there. The run goes to 24. And now again he's blocked himself off, so I reckon that 12 or the 13's the next ball. Doesn't want to move that 6 and doesn't want to hit it like that, which is a fatal error. And now it's plan B. You've got to then look at the line that cue ball was going there and take evasive action from it hitting that 6. A bit of spin on it would have probably done it. Now the 7 ball is wide of the pack, but it's still a shot. Triangle is there, and if you can get to here, cue ball should be going into the side of the pack. Well, he's got every opportunity to do that. It's just all about the pace. Nice little roll through and not too much juice on it. Or maybe he's got a wee bit more angle than he likes. I think that's maybe what's worrying him. Yeah, he definitely has. When you go up to it, he's going to have to go side rail. And I think he's going to have to go across twice with a bit of inside, but not too much. But too much on it, he might miss the pack. Might go across and then the spin will push it behind the pack of the pack of balls like that. And he's left a partial break ball, but the run is 31, and that's a decent enough contribution. And McClarkey straight away with the deep draw gets them open, or at least gets some open. And that last shot that Jonnylaris had there, that was always going to be the problem in having to, I think, what was it, the 3 ball, having to pot the 3 by the inside English, but too much inside English was always going to push the cue ball off that side rail, back across, and then with a spin on it, it was going to push below the pack and miss it completely. And that's exactly what happened. You don't need an awful lot of inside English. You just need it. The inside English is to help it off the rail and across in a line. But with too much, that's the end result. Apart from the fact he missed the shot, but that's immaterial. But it was not a bad effort. It was a promising effort. And again, a confidence booster as well. The only thing is, though, is how many's McClarkey going to get from this one? And once again, he's limited again by locking up on a ball. These little things can just scupper your run. It just limits your choice. You should be okay though. presume he's okay. Don't tell me he can't get from it. You're trying to tell me you can't see that 13? We can cut it in the middle. Well, it was a bailout shot in the end. And that's the perils of getting tied up on a ball. 9 goes no problem. Well, again, that nudge was ideal, but just a wee bit heavy. And no 100% break ball. That 11 ball is really low. In fact, it's beyond the back of the pack, so it's not a great break ball where it's sitting. It may end up being the 8, which is right at the head of the pack. The 8 ball's actually not a bad one, because just depending how you finish, if the worst came to the worst, and if you sort of had to pot the 14 and you finish sort of there, you can pot the 8 and still catch the pack, no problem, as long as you're not nailed to the rail. You need the cue ball here to get the dig and get into the pack. So let's see what McClarkey does. He's got the angle to do it. He's definitely going to come off the rail, but he needs to maybe just stun it and come off more or less the line with the 14 is. Well, he's going the other way, and once again he's gone too far. Or has he? Well, this is an ideal candidate for a scratch. Off the pack and run straight through into the same pocket here, like that, and he's got away with it. He's got away with it. Dicing with death there, but doesn't matter. You get away with it and make the most of it. Well, he's got the 2, and then if he runs through, the 4 would be a good break ball just to open the pack. Good evening, Potman. Well, you've missed a good effort by McClarkey, and nobody's reminded me of what I said. It was either a run of 63 or 68. I think it was 63. McClarkey was in a good run. We had a contribution, Jonnylaris' first contribution of 31, and now this is McClarkey really on his, well, what looks like a second big contribution. He's not taking the 4. I think the 4's a bit straight. That might be the problem. Yeah, it's iron. What's the word I'm looking for? It's dead straight. That's what it is. Well, that's a nice one. There's still a couple of them together, but that 7 goes if you can get on it. And does the 4 pass the 3? Yes, plenty to get a bus through there. In this situation, this is where this gentle touch is needed. Just gentle touches and using the rail, soft draw shots, little stuns, just to manoeuvre around obstacles. And he's definitely now going to have, well, I think he's not went low enough, has he? Oh, in fact, he can't get anything here. It's going to be the 10. And now he needs another good one. It's either going to be the bank or the pot. Is that a combo? That 7 and 5 onto the rail and back across into this corner pocket nearest us. It looks as if, there we go, he's found a pocket. It's happening every time. We've seen umpteen of them, of promising runs dying a death with a scratch, with that cue ball running loose. And so the run ends on, what, 22 was it? And Jonnylaris, well, he's got the chance to just nudge those two balls now with the angle on the 5. He might nudge one into play. It's a break shot, and that's not bad, but where's he going to end up here? So the 6 ball is the favourite, and this isn't a bad pattern to get on that 6, because clearly he'll take the 11, leave an angle in the 7 and get back up the table for that 13, which should give him a good margin of error to get in a line on this 6 ball. Once again, the triangle is there. Sorry, no, that one. That's miles away. Triangle is there. Like that. So he wants, I think, I haven't looked at the line that he's got, but he wants to be something like that, or a bit like that, just to get there. And he's gone way too straight. Again, the touch is too heavy, and he's got a slight angle. He needs to catch the corner. Big amp on. No, that's going to be nothing. You see how important it is to watch that line. So this time the contribution is just 8, and he should be rolling to the head of the pack. And that'll do. This is where you have to play sensibly, and you also have to get that touch on these balls as very, very, very thin, feather-like touch, because they're all clustered together and they're all comboed. So any touch with any force is just going to nudge something into play. Now, what's going on here? Is this a combo? Oh, that looks not too bad. We've got an 8, 10, 9, and, well, that's the heavy price you pay by taking on risky shots. I don't know whether you look, and I never get the chance to look at that to see if anything was encroaching on another ball to prevent that. There must have been something for it to miss as much. So McClarkey on 100, Jonnylaris 39. And there's plenty to choose from here. Rich pickings on the table. Well, this time it looks like possibly the 3 ball. And again, thinking ahead here, that 5 ball going in there and sending the cue ball to about there allows you to hit the corner 2 balls at the bottom of the pack and potting the 3. That's the way I'd be thinking at the moment. Once you've dealt with all the stuff down the bottom here, that's actually improved it slightly. That moves the 3 up the table. And again, we're at that critical point, the most important point in any run is these last 2 balls, and he couldn't ask for any better position. Okay, he's a wee bit close to the rail, but a little, well, he's running through. He seems to want to run through and play these like that, where, see, that's too straight again, way too straight. All he needed to do was roll that in and just leave the cue ball where I said, you know, like, get it out in that line so that you can pot it and hit the pack better. But he's opened something out. He's having to pull off shots here. Well, that'll do. But we've got the 2 balls in the wrong half. Well, that 13 is just right down in the bottom corner. It's no good there. As a last resort, the 4 ball would be a break ball. And all the while he's messing about down here, we've still got 2 balls up the table. Well, I think it would have been worthwhile playing that with a bit more juice, that shot, to get the cue ball over here. Get rid of the 8. He's going to get rid of it now. And it looks more than likely it's going to be the 4 ball. Now this time the 4 ball gives you 2 choices. The first one is not very good because you have to get the pace right to get right onto the rail. And then that way, the most likely way is that way, because then the cue ball comes in and it's going to be from inside middle of the table. And I think that 5's just squeezed out enough. Yep, still building up the run. It goes to 29 and the lead keeps on going. I mean, it would be fair to say that if you're an experienced enough virtual pool player, then you should be making contributions, you know, 20 odds, 30 odds, and if you get lucky, you know, into the 40s and 50s, you should be doing that, as long as you're plotting your way around and you're thinking about what you're doing and you're doing your best to keep everything under control. If you are half decent, this is what you should be doing, and just making those contributions when you get a chance. Okay, you're not going to make, you're not going to break records, but these hefty little contributions are just what builds up the score and puts more pressure on the opponent. And at some point in the not too distant future, we're going to get a match like that where the contributions are coming from both sides, and then that's when the big pressure shots come on. We'll see that will happen in due course. It might still happen in this match, but Jonnylaris has got a lot to do, big time. And that's a good one. Good shot. And, well, 10 balls. Nowhere good in there. 15's right at the head. It's outside the triangle. 6 is dead in there. 15 is a... sorry, not the 15. 12 is a good one. And we've got that 2 ball up top. Well, that's changed things. It's going to be from middle of the table again by the looks of it for the break, either or, off the 1 or off the 12. Well, now's the chance to get rid of the 7. The 7 and the 7 now, and then the 2, and a choice of these other balls isn't anything major. I would have got rid of the 7. It just means you've got a wee bit more to do here with this one. Right, now this is where he wants to just either kill it stone dead if he can, depending on his line. Now that's much better. That is much better. A tiny feather of inside, not much. And that was excellent. That's what you should be doing. Good evening, Semi. I'm going to have to watch back this video, but as far as I'm concerned, McClarkey has matched your high run of 63. He had a promising run, and yes, he's also fell into the trap with these pockets, but he's working well, just getting out of line a wee bit in the break shots, but it's a big ask just to get that line ideal every time. But he's definitely plotting his way and thinking about those last 2 balls. Run goes to 45, so there's every chance he could do something here. Could have done with a little brush there if his luck was in, but again, let's see. Well, there's really nothing needs to be moved there. As if he dropped over this side, he could get the 12, but for safety's sake, it's probably better if he could get a little touch on that. And now he's got the chance. He's got the ideal opportunity to get rid of the 9. Yeah, that's perfect. Deal with the problem balls. That's the rule. Always stay on your toes with how these balls are settling. And again, it looks like it's going to be the middle of the table break shot. Unlikely to be any of these 2 balls in the bottom, but that one there looks like the candidate. I think the other possibility, no, the 4 ball's not really great there. It's not the sort of normal one you go for, and that's killed the 2. So now he's got a major problem. The run goes to 53, but it's in jeopardy here. So it may well be one of these little awkward ones. Now then, if he goes there and gets the cue ball out to here, he's still got a chance. Well, he's looking to do the awkward one like that. It's a firm stun. Is he trying to run across to the side rail? Yep. I think the firm stun would maybe have been better to even just get a clip in the pack. So those last 3 or 4 shots were the crucial one, and that nudge that he had in his break ball is why the run ended, and it ends on 56. But nevertheless, it's still a couple of good contributions from McClarkey, and that's why he's in such a strong position, way up at 156. And Jonnylaris in 39, and looking for a safety, a cover shot. Okay, he's lost a point, but no damage done. At least not at first glance. There doesn't seem to be anything there, which is ideally what you want to believe in. And you know my philosophy as well. If you're going to play safe, get yourself down on that bottom rail or the top of the screen, because that, believe me, makes the safety shot much more difficult. Well, not a great one. I say McClarkey. Yeah, get rid of the one. Oh dear, that's a... I mean, that looks as if he's maybe trying to do so much with the cue ball there. But you don't need to. Well, it's a bit of a lifeline there for Jonnylaris, because McClarkey's failed there in that one. As has Jonnylaris. The mistakes are coming. Too many, I'm afraid. Well, has he left anything? Well, that 7 obviously cuts. Can you see the one? Well, he can just put a wee bit of spin on it and he would be able to pot the one. Well, if McClarkey can get into the balls like that and just free 1 or 2 up, there's a fair chance that he won't be far away from the match goal by the end of this visit. A little nudge through. Oh, he's got the double kiss there. But I think that's actually worked out okay, because you can cut that 6 from above here like that. Just gentle. Well, I would have potted the 6 there. Would have been really unlucky not to be on a ball. Well, he's on it now, 100%. And he can tidy up this bottom end of the table here. But he can't forget about that 3 ball. but it's still a good opportunity though, as the second last ball, to get on that 15. Just try to drop in between. That will do nicely. Now, there's been 2 attempts by McClarkey, I think, to get on a break ball like in this position, and all the time he's ended up over there, and he's never really left himself a great angle. He's not really thinking about this side, this line, to go there, because that's guaranteed you're going to smack the side of the pack. That's a bit better, but he's gone a wee bit straight again. I think he's going to catch the corner this time if he doesn't try and draw anything. Yep, took his eye off the pot. It's a big pocket, and maybe racing to get to the finishing line. And would you believe it, he's almost got away with it, I think. Yep. And that's even more annoying when your opponent makes an arse of it and then you come to the table and he's nailed you onto a ball and you've got no shot. There's nothing more infuriating than that. So obviously there's a bit of movement required. And there's going to have to, it might be now, I don't even think that's a great, he just managed to catch the corner. How's his luck? It's going to be the 1. And well, he's got to do something ASAP now, because he's running out of balls, and that will do it. Now, how's that 2 ball sitting? I think, is that 2 ball just in the open? It may well be. So it's pretty tight to the head of the pack. The other one's the 4 ball. In fact, the 4 ball is ideal where it's sitting, just at the corner, the last 2 balls in the triangle. So McClarkey moves on to 179. I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favour, and it involves talking to Stubb. I've tried to get a hold of him on Facebook. I tried to get a hold of him in the lobby today, no reply. If you see him, ask him to set his match for Tuesday or Wednesday. What's the deadline for the round that he's in? Has he got a bye to the second round? I mean, it's quite a ways away, is it not? But anyway, if you see him, tell him I want him to set it for Tuesday or Wednesday, because I want to be able to see it, and I want to be able to record it so the other guys could see it that miss it if it's the middle of the night. 27th of December, well, I don't care when he does it as long as it's on my day off. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning my time. I'll be up for it. Well, this is a tester. And well, that's unlucky. He's going to have to just a little dig just to read the line. I don't think he likes that 12. It is. It's far too close. And I don't think he's going to have much other options though. There is not a lot doing there, but that 12 is so tight to pick the line to that pocket. So he's called the 4. tough. Well, Jonnylaris can certainly move some balls here if he wants. Taking the risk though, but he needs to get in and make something of it. And he's got a chance. Now it has to be said, he's not got much of a chance if he's going to have to pot the 5, because I don't think there's much else available. I mean, okay, the 13's at the back of the pack there lying open, but if he's having to play that 5 down the table here, he's going to be hard pushed to get on the next shot. So he's called the combo, the 10 ball, and it goes. And now it's just beginning to take shape for him. Obviously where the problem lies is the 3 and the 11. Little soft shots like that little soft sort of kill stun shot just took him through the gap and gave him a choice of 2 balls. That's what a lot of players need to be playing, so that you're in close and you're just nudging through to another ball and the cue ball's not moving far at all. Now I think this has got a good opportunity, a bit of inside left just to catch the rail and chip the 3 is the order of the day. Well, I don't know what he did there, but I mean, to me that was a great opportunity, a bit of inside, just gentle enough just to clip the 3, because again he's running out of balls and he had the opportunity there. That was a cast iron guarantee that if he chipped the rail with inside a wee bit of it and a gentle enough pace, he would have just nudged it. Well, he can do it off the 14. I mean, the 7's the break shot, so you don't touch the 7 and you play the 14 and come inside and chip the 2 of them. Yeah, I don't think that was the shot, I'm afraid. Had to be the 14. It was a higher angle, so you have to read the line better, but you go around the corner and you've ran into the 2 of them and opened them up. But he's done it his way. Six ball. Well, it's a bit wide and now it's a bit higher. It's still not bad, but if he's going to take it, he's going to have to finish lowish on the 11, if that is the 11 and not the 13. I'm losing track of what colour these are. It's the 11, but now he's going the other way and it's just gone in, but he's going to end up ramrod straight was the word I was looking for earlier on. Can he squeeze that in and get enough around the corner? I think he can. He needs to pinch a bit to create the angle more, I think, here. You've got to pinch a wee bit to the left hand corner, but he's pinched way too much. Set it right offline. So Jonnylaris on 51 and McClarkey has an easy combo down the rail, so those 2 balls don't need to move. You don't need to panic. You just need to drop onto the rail and you've got a simple enough 1-9 combo. I mean, he could do that any time he wants as long as he can get top side of it. And McClarkey moving on to 185, just 15 away. And if he kills the cue ball, he can pot the 5 as long as he is not cast iron straight again, which he is. a slightly lower angle, he'd have been able to break them all open. Can still go forward and do it, but it's the same thing. The longer you leave it, the more you run out of balls. Tried it there. Now he's forced into taking the combo. He's got the 10. This is tricky, getting on the next ball, because there's traffic going to be in the way, but he's landed okay on the 4. So he's just coming round the home straight here with 2 furlongs to go. Well in the lead. And just 10 to go. And that's almost again locked up, but he's going to have a wee fiddly chip on this 14. Oh, he's got it too thin. Oh, he's going to do the old fluke routine. No, he's got away with it. Well, just waiting on 9. So we're at least going to have another rack. And Jonnylaris just looking for a bit more respectability in the scoreline. Match has been on for about an hour and 12. Moving along at a fairly slick pace. McClarkey's never one to hang around. Well, it would be a good time. That's why, you know, in straight pool nothing's dead and buried. You can be 100 behind, but you know the balls are all there for you. It's what you make of them. And well, Johnny's tripped up again. Good evening. Late to the party again. That's Mooncake. I'm just letting everybody know in case they're wondering who it is. Oh, I don't know your real name. I just know your name's Mooncake. How's this ended up? He's got no shot, I think. Nothing doing, and that 15 ball's not great as a bank because it's needed a wee bit further away from the rail to be comfortable, I think. Yep, nothing doing. Oh, I don't remember people's first names. Well, he called the 10 ball. That was a good shot for the 7 onto the 10 combo. And McClarkey is home and dry because he only needs another 2, and they're both sitting there for him. Well, it has to be said, it was fairly impressive from McClarkey, making very solid contributions during the match, and coming up with a high run of 63. And so McClarkey goes through by 200 points to 54. And Jonnylaris is just another one thrown in at the deep end there, and he'll have another go in the one loss side. We'll have a look at the bracket, guys, just before we go, just to see exactly where we stand. So again, in round 2, Mr. Bill and Albinario have to arrange their match. We've got the result through there from McClarky's match, and we've got Snake Eyes, who is the current high run holder of 89, who came through against Sylvia yesterday. And Snake Eyes is going to play Larry, and that is going to be a good match. But I'll tell you what though, Larry's going to have to up his game big time. He's going to have to score, and that's what Larry was sorely lacking. He scratched umpteen times, I think, well, quite a few times against Popman, and if Popman had been able to score, even though Popman got 122, if he'd actually been able to score, that match could have been an awful lot closer, and he knows that. We've got Keith against Fantastic Mr. Fox, another promising tie, and we have Cobra. When's that? Is that Wednesday? I think we said. We've got Cobra waiting to play the winner of LS3 and 9 Black, and of course we've got the one I want to see, which I'm hoping I can, between Fast Eddie and Stubb. And Mark Sharp came through the other night against Gung Ho, and well, we've got Chiku and Squirter. I'm laying odds on that's going to be a forfeit. Although Squirter's been in the lobby the last few days, but I've never seen Chiku. And the winner of that one is going to be playing Sergaresh. And we have Biggs, who is has a bye, through to play Bankster, who has a bye. And Dirty Harry is playing Dirties. And Hazard is lined up for VP Monster. And Acero is going to play Fan or Wanwa. Tommy Yu against Semi Pro. Tommy Yu's no mug, but how he is at straight pull I have not a clue, but we're going to find out. And of course we've got Bedhead against some guy called Mooncake, and Fuldrish is already through. So that's how we're set up, and we've got one match with a date set, and the next one is going to be LS3 against 9 Black, which is at 7 PM my time. And 9 Black actually asked what would suit me, and he's chosen an ideal time, so I'll be there for that, guys. And with that, I am going to thank you once again for watching. Thanks for everybody that joins in, and hopefully you can be back for some of the other matches, and hopefully I can get them. And we will be back soon, so take care, stay safe, wear your mask, keep your distance, don't talk to Stubb, but if you do talk to him, get him to get that match arranged for Tuesday, Wednesday. Right, I'll see you later.